Is there anyone that stands out for you from this season, or a couple of guys that took big strides that you're pretty happy
guys
with?
that I didn't expect, like, Gaucher, like he's a guy, like, is he a prospect? I think he is. Like, he can play, like, if he keeps going in the right direction, I really do feel he's got a chance. And, you get guys like Adam Ginning, like, like he's a guy that he's not flashy, but I do feel like he's an NHL player. Like, I do feel like if he does have a good camp, he's a player that every coach has loved. Like, he's kills the play, he's in the way, he's got a great stick, will block shots, and you need guys like that on winning teams. And, Samu Tuomala, like, nobody expected that, especially the first half of the season. He hit a wall at one point, and it's normal. He's never played more than 40 games in his career, like, and no, I didn't expect him to be that good, especially the first part, and nobody did. Even, the management, they were pleased and encouraged by what they saw, and there's a lot to build there. He's a young kid, he's 21 years old, and other kids made good step, like, Ethan Sampson, like he made a good step at the end of the year. He was going in the right direction. He played with McDonald there. That's another kid that we saw we'll see a lot next year, and he's got a bright future in front of him. But, those kids might take a little bit longer, especially in that position as defenseman. But I saw growth, and other guys. But I have to find a way to get Desnoyers back on track. That's my job. We got a couple of good stories, but there's guys that I felt like they took a step back, and I need to find a way to have those guys going back in the right direction. And that's my chair. That's my job, and that's why I do it, because I love the challenge. And looking forward to next year and work with those kids.
How about a guy like Ali Lixell, a point per game player for you, got some opportunities with the Flyers. How has his game overall improved in the 2 years you've had
I
it?
think he improved big time. Like last year was a big adjustment, especially like, he came from a huge ice. He was bringing the puck back a little bit too much for my taste. Now, he adjusts that first year, and last year I didn't have to tell him once. He knows our breakouts, he knows what to do. He knows that if he brings it back in our zone, we'll be in trouble. And that's, comes with playing more games in a smaller ice, and, comes with maturity. And, I do think like he's got a chance to play at the next level and play there for a while. He's, he's had a couple sniffs here and there up there. He played a couple games here and there, and I felt like he was better than the year before at the NHL level, better stick, better details. Now it's a matter of what kind of training camp he's going to have next year. Another guy too, it's Emil Andre. Like Emil, it's really his first full year with us. He was a rookie this year, played huge minutes, like 24, 25 minutes a night. Power play, PK, 5-on-5 was a big load for him. He got injured right away when he came down from Philly. When he came back in the lineup, it took him a little while to get going, but he had ups and downs season. He improved, but I really like his playoffs though. That's one of those kids that when the game's on the line, he really elevated his game, and he played well in the playoffs. Hopefully he'll come and start the way he finished.
Speaking of defensemen, Hunter McDonald was a huge bright spot at the end of the year too, coming out of college. Typically games, especially for Blue Liners, don't translate that quickly, it feels like. What is it about his game, his style, that it just worked? He went into the lineup, it didn't come out.
He was everything that everybody advertised. They all told me, Lappy, you're going to love him. As you know, I love detail players. I love guys with good sticks. I love guys that, get in formation and everything. And as soon as he went out there for, a full game, you could tell right away he was well coached. He's detailed to a T, keeps it simple, physical, in your face, Flyer styles, Lappy styles if you want. Like, I really enjoy everything about him. Great kid, unbelievable kid, and I think he does have a great future. Like, he's got the size, he's got the details, and I know Tort's going to love him. I don't know when it's going to be, but I know the Flyers are going to love him when he does go up. And another guy that not too many people talk about, it's Grancy. Grant's had a good year. Like, he was going he was playing really well, broke his hand, missed 2 months of the season, came back, took a little while before he got back, his legs under him. But I didn't know much about him. I think that's probably a dark horse for the future. He's only 22 years old. He's a young kid, especially in that position. So he's got a bright future too.
We talk about building on the success of the postseason and carrying that into next year. You've got a lot of these guys back that played big minutes. Is that going to help, you think, start ahead when you get things going in September?
Always does, because I'll make adjustments system-wise, but it's not like I'm going to change everything. So they know, and the biggest thing, like, it's not even system, it's the detail inside the game that I preach about since day one. So those guys know. So the kids that, if they know they want to be in, they don't want to be in the dugouts, do what I'm asking you to do. And I'm big on details, stick details, angles, and formation. So that's a start that they know. They'll come to our camp. First of all, they'll go to Flyers camp, come back to our camp, and they'll have that ahead of last year, especially for the second year guys. And we will miss big pieces like Wyshynski and couple other guys, but it's part of being a coach in the American League, I guess.
How would you say you've evolved most as a head coach from year one to the end of year 3?
I think I'm a little bit calmer on the bench. That's one thing that it's hard for me some nights, and I still have a lot of improvement to do that, especially towards the referees. Obviously, I'm learning every year, and I feel like I'm getting better. I'm a little bit more in control. I see other stuff system-wise, or the game's a little bit slower for me. You want to make adjustment on the go. While year one, I have so much stuff, and I was worried about everything. Now I know what to worry about, game to game. So it's part of maturity, I guess, becoming a better coach.
What do you enjoy most about that process?
Love talking. That's my
yeah.
I love to go to the ring. I feel like I'm a lucky man to be able to wake up 5:30 in the morning, go to the ring, grab my coffee, drive to the ring, get to the rink, and nobody is there, just to be where I grew up, where my passion is. Sit around. Okay, what can we do today to make those kids better? Just not big time, just a little bit better. So usually we do that the day before, come out with a game plan what we're going to work on, but I like to be there early and find answers to make those kids a little bit better individual. So at the end of the day, we'll be better as a team.